Hey guys, Joe here, SimVR Labs in the Schweizer S300. I got the axis viewer up, and just wanted to have that up while I do some takeoff practice, just so you can see kind of where the axis needs to be set when you want to do a good takeoff in this guy, right? This is not the easiest aircraft to deal with, so thought maybe this would be helpful. We'll talk about it a little bit and go ahead and get it started. Turn the beacon on, got the battery on, turn the fuel pressure on, make sure it's going on. 3 seconds on the mixture for a prime. No. Alright, let's get the key on, mags to both, and start it up. Well, that was exciting. Had my throttle up. That's what you get when you don't follow a checklist. So, it's okay. Everything's looking good anyway. So what we'll do is go ahead and get the clutch on, turn the alternator on. We'll turn the fuel pump back on. And position lights. Make sure this is at 1500 before it wants to go. There it goes. Good. Looks like we're getting a good start. Gonna watch these, make sure they line up. Kinda watching everything, make sure everything looks good. There we go. Lined up. Go ahead and slowly roll it up to 2000. Do a quick mag check here. Good. Gonna do a quick separation check. I'll back down the throttle. Yep, separates. Good. Back up. Go slow all the way up to the green. Okay, governor's doing its thing. Sorry, I had to turn down the volume on my computer. I'm in the mobile helipad here. Not the Helisimmer edition, the regular edition. Thank you, Fergus and team, for that. Turn the friction off, right? Yep. And then what I want to do is, if you look at my axis viewer, when I take off, I kind of want to be about there, so just a little bit left and just a smidge aft, right? So right about there is a good spot to kind of take off. And then you kind of got to dance the pedals. I haven't quite figured out exactly where the pedals want to live for perfection, but I know it's just a touch to the left, but not much, right? So just a touch to the left, and let's see what happens here. Of course, all these guys are watching me, and all you guys out in YouTube land are watching me too, so no pressure. Here we go. Watch my manifold pressure. When I get up to about 16 or 17, it's going to be light on the skids and want to take off. There we go. And straight up. See that? See how I'm kind of in that aft left quadrant? I kind of want to live just a little bit in there. And I can hold that steady. And you see where my pedal position is. And my manifold pressure right now. And this hover is about right at 2000. At about a 5-foot hover. 6 foot maybe. And no wind. I have no wind, and my payload is just me, 73 pounds or so. Set it back down and try it again. Okay. So let's do one more. It wants to go left skid low, which is not uncommon for aircraft like this. The Hughes kind of wants to do the same thing. Yeah, so this is Bella Coola scenery, the Betty X version. And what I love about this scenery is that everything is hard surface, which means you can land on just about all of it, right? So if I wanted to come over here and practice slope hops, I can come over here and, you know, just let one skid touch here, try to keep it level without sliding. There we go. This would be like mountain ops, you know, like doing rescues and kind of landing on the slope of a mountain. You know, the rescue team hops out at this point, and when they do, I would imagine you feel like a weight shift, and then the idea is to hold it here kind of level without your blade slapping that slope, and without you sliding off. It's not the easiest thing, but it's definitely fun. And you know, it's kind of a beast of an aircraft to handle. I mean, just like any Dreamfoil aircraft, it takes some getting used to, but it's very fun. It's very rewarding. It's not easy, but like I said, it's super rewarding when you feel in control. You know, like with the Hughes, you feel, or I feel, pretty much in control the whole time. I can pretty much put it where I want it. With this guy, I feel in control, but I feel on the verge of out of control all the time, right? Because it'll bite you if you treat it wrong. Like, so when I coded the Hughes Realism mod, that's now part of the official aircraft. When I coded that in, I coded some failures in the form of chip failures, right? And you know, if you abuse it and over torque it and stuff, you'll get some chip failures, and then eventually your engine will die from over abuse. Well, with this guy, there is no chip failure simulation like that. It'll basically just kill you. It'll drop you right out of the sky, because you'll mass bump, or you'll do, you know, you'll just over torque it, or you'll run out of RPMs. Like if I do this, you'll see this is kind of a advanced maneuver, kind of a hammerhead turn type thing, but while it seems like I'm pulling real hard, I'm doing it very, very gently, because if you try to abuse this guy and throw it around and operate it outside of its range and outside of its limits, it'll hurt you. So like I said, you're in control of this guy, but kind of on the verge of out of control, and that's a great feeling, because that's kind of where I want to live in my heli-simming life, because I like a challenge, right? I love a challenge like that. That's why I love the Mi-2. That's why I love the Hughes. That's why I love these, you know, the new 222. These aircraft that are a little more difficult, you know, the Huey and DCS, stuff like that. It's great. I love it. But yeah, if you're watching my Axis viewer, you're kind of seeing that how well or how unwell I'm handling this sucker. One thing I do like to do is in my practicing is I definitely love to like get about 30 feet off the deck, AGL, try to keep a straight line, and then I'll fly that, and then I'll go from almost close to V&E, like about where I'm at now, maybe a little faster, and then try to do this right here. I'll try to slow down to a stop as fast as I can without actually gaining or losing altitude, right? So it's like back and forth, trying to not gain or lose altitude, also trying to keep that straight line. I found that helped quickly get me acquainted with this aircraft and its limits. and where it likes to be and how it likes to be handled. So that's a good practicing thing for you guys if you're struggling with this aircraft. It's kind of mundane. It's kind of a mundane exercise and activity, but I think it's pretty essential to do. And here I just like to imagine there's a string, like a straight line string between me and this helipad where I want to land, and I just guide it down that string. This is how I kind of think about it. No one ever taught me that way. It's just how my brain operates with it. I'm just going down the string and make little adjustments as I come in until boom, right there. So that's it. If you were watching the Axis viewer, you kind of know how I handled it. Hope this was helpful for you guys. Great, amazing aircraft. Can't say enough about it. Really can't. So I'm gonna shut her down and get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk soon.